ఎన్నికల సంస్కరణలపైన లోక్సభలో వాడివేడి చర్చ జరిగింది. ప్రతిపక్ష నేత రాహుల్ ఎన్నికల సంస్కరణలపైన కీలక వ్యాఖ్యలు చేశారు. ప్రజాస్వామ్యాన్ని కూని చేసేందుకు మోడీ ప్రభుత్వం ఎన్నికల కమిషన్ వాడుకుంటుంది అన్నారు. సిఎస్సిని కాపాడేందుకు ఏకంగా చట్టాలనే మార్చేశారని ఫైర్ అయ్యారు రాహుల్ గాంధీ. పథకం ప్రకారమే తప్పు చేసినా శిక్ష అనుభవించకుండా తప్పించుకునే అవకాశాన్ని ఎన్నికల కమిషన్కు కల్పించారన్నారు. ఓటు చోరీకి సంబంధించి తమ వద్ద అనేక ఆధారాలున్నాయన్నారు రాహుల్ గాంధీ.
Is captured. So the project of the RSS was to capture the institutional framework of the country, and I said how the education system has been captured. Vice chancellor after is placed not on merit, not on capability, not on scientific temper, but on the fact that he belongs to a particular organization. And capture which helped in destroying democracy. The capture of the intelligence agencies. We have the Home Minister sitting here. The capture of the CBI, of the ED, of the Income Tax Department. And the systematic placement of bureaucrats who favor their ideology and attack the opposition and anybody who chooses to oppose the RSS. That is the second institutional capture. And the third there are many more. I can go on. And the third institutional capture of the institution that directly controls the election system of our country, the Election Commission. Now, I am not saying this without proof. I have put forth adequate proof about how the Election Commission is colluding with those in power.
ఎన్నికల సంఘం స్వయం ప్రతిపత్తి ఎందుకు బలహీనపడుతుంది, దాని స్వతంత్రతను నిర్ధారించే యంత్రాంగాలను ప్రభుత్వం పునరుద్ధరిస్తుందా, ఓటర్ల జాబితాలను తారుమారు చేయకుండా నిరోధించడానికి ఎలాంటి చర్యలు తీసుకుంటున్నారు అంటూ ప్రశ్నలు సంధించారు రాహుల్. పోలింగ్ తర్వాత 45 రోజులకు సీసీటీవీ ఫుటేజ్ ధ్వంసం చేయాలనే నిబంధన ఎందుకు తీసుకొచ్చారని ఆయన ప్రశ్నించారు.
Why is the Prime Minister and Amit Shah so keen on choosing exactly who the Election Commissioner is going to be? Second question, and even more devastating question. No Prime Minister has done this in the history of India. In December 2023, this government changed the law. They changed the law to make sure that no Election Commissioner could be punished for any action they take while they are Election Commissioner. Why would the Prime Minister and Home Minister give this gift of immunity to the Election Commissioner? Why would they need to give this tremendous gift that no Prime Minister has given ever before to the Election Commissioner? Mr. Shah is looking into the ceiling. Maybe he will answer this question when he speaks. And finally, why was the law with regards to CCTVs and the data that they contain changed? Why was a law put in place that allows the Election Commission to destroy CCTV footage 45 days? What is the need? The answer given is it is a question of data. It is not a question of data. It is a question of stealing the election. Now, what is the result of this institutional capture? What is the result of controlling the Chief Election Commissioner?
ఆర్ఎస్ఎస్ పైన రాహుల్ గాంధీ ఆగ్రహం వ్యక్తం చేశారు. ఆర్ఎస్ఎస్ ఒక్కొక్కటిగా అన్ని వ్యవస్థను కబ్జా చేస్తుందన్నారు. దేశంలోని వ్యవస్థలన్నిటిపైన ఆధిపత్యం చూపిస్తుందని విమర్శించారు రాహుల్.
All the institutions that have emerged. So the project after Gandhiji's assassination, the next step of the project was the wholesale capture of India's institutional framework. These are uncomfortable truths, but they have to be spoken. My friends don't like the connections I'm making. They're disturbed by them. It's obvious. The father of the nation was assassinated. His vision of an equal India, of an India where institutions belong to the people, had to be destroyed. And so the process started, and the RSS attempted to capture one institution after the other. And I will give some examples so that it is crystal clear that this is the case. Everybody knows how vice chancellors are placed on top of Indian universities today. Every single person knows this. You go to any university, you speak to any youngster in India, he will tell you that it does not matter whether the professor has qualifications, it does not matter whether the professor has a scientific temperament. The only thing that matters is the professor belongs